up and it's running like a Cosby plane. If I'm the nigga you never saw coming, independent, dependable, with a boss for a gun and sniping everything in your sight. Your favorite labels was wanted.
Faygoluvers.net with the one and only Kutt Calhoun from Kansas City, Missouri.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What up, man?
Man, hey, just feeling blessed, man. Out here at the this is the third and fourth show of the Break for Gold tour, and just now getting it started, putting a dent in it. You know what I'm saying? We got at least 43, 44 more shows to go.
Wow.
So we haven't even put a dent in it yet, man. So I'm just happy to be able to even do this. You know what I'm saying?
Is this, how many times have you been on your own headline tour?
On my own headlining tour. This wouldn't be my second headlining tour. It would be my second headlining tour as a business owner, CEO of Black Gold Entertainment. But I've had quite a bit of headlining tours of my own already or whatever, but now this is like stamps it, makes it official because it's for Black Gold Entertainment, it's me, and it's for the movement and whatnot. So, you know, I definitely appreciate it even more now.
Hell yeah, man. So let's talk about you and Whitney's hip-hop friendship, man. Because you guys named the tour after both your albums you merged in one. That's fucking fresh.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about how you guys came together. You know, how did you guys decide to meet up?
Well, you know what? My manager asked me, he was like, so, I mean, you got to come up with the name of the tour. What you want the name of the tour to be? The last one was on my own. That spoke for itself, you know, because that was with me departing or whatever and starting my own shit. And so this one right here, man, I just thought about it, and it didn't take me too long, you know, being creative or whatever, being an artist, you kind of just, your mind just goes. And I was like, okay, I just did a song for, it didn't make her album, but we still used it for a single, and her album was Break the Frame. And so I'm like, you know, Black Gold, Break the Frame, Break for Gold, you know what I'm saying? The Break for Gold tour, man. And it just made sense, and it kind of came kind of quickly or whatever, but it made so much sense. And she did all the artwork for it, the flyers and whatnot, so that was all her. But I just came up with the title for it, man, and you know, the rest is history.
That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
so far, what has your favorite city been, or the most exciting part of the tour? I'm sure it hasn't even got that far.
Right, it hasn't even gotten here yet, but so far out of the 4 shows, I would say the first 2 shows might be neck and neck. The first show we was in Dubuque, Iowa, and man, when we went through sound check, it was a bad sound check because the speakers was messed up, and it took like 2.5 hours before we got the sound check. Doors got pushed back, and you know, it was barely people outside. I was starting to get skeptical, like what the fuck's going on. And by the time I went and changed and came back, people just started pouring in there, man, and it just made for a good show. It was a dope venue, and they had fog and they had lights. The energy was good, and so what I thought was going to be a disastrous show turned out to be a real hype show. The crowd was all in, man. I'm throwing water. People knew every word or whatever, so that was a real dope show. And the second show in Newport, Minnesota, the sound went great. The sound check went great. I even went live on Facebook with it, man, and it got so many views or whatever. And then the turnout wasn't what I heard earlier from my manager. He was like, oh, okay, we got such and such many pre-sales. And I'm like, okay, cool. If it's that many pre-sales,
that's pretty dope, yeah.
There's so many pre-sales, then I can imagine what walk-up's going to be, and it's going to be a packed house in that night. And by the time I went and got the hotel again, and I changed up or whatever, and got back there, then it wasn't what I was told. And so I was kind of like in a down spirit, like, oh man, you know, it just kind of fuck with your spirit when you expect something. That's why I don't try to walk around with expectations, because if you don't expect anything, you don't get let down.
Yeah, you don't get as hurt.
So I kind of was like let down, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I told everybody on the tour and shit, and everybody was like, bad. And so I was kind of let down, and so, you know, I had me my little 2 beers and a drink, man, my Patron, and I was like, fuck it, you know, go out here and do it, you know what I'm saying, whether it's 2 or 2,000. And I went out there, man, and it wasn't as quite as many people as it was supposed to be, but it still turned out to be one of those high energy, dope ass, energetic shows. You know what I'm saying? I've never been to Dubuque, Iowa. I've always played Des Moines, and I've never been to Newport, Minnesota. I always played Minneapolis or St. Paul.
The bigger cities.
Right, the bigger cities. And both of these cities that I went to on this tour are at least an hour or more away from the places that I generally play. And so I charged to the game, like, you know, when you breaking in a new market, you can't expect everybody to be there or be there in attendance like you want it to be. So I was kind of cool right before I went on, like, you know, I can charge it to that because that is the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? I come from when we were starting Strange Music, we used to perform in front of 7 people doing a whole hour-and-a-half show. So I know what it's like. So being the humble person I am, I'm like, fuck it, go out here and have a good time. But I went out there and it turned out better than I expected it to be. Sure. After I got somewhat what was called the bad news or whatever, it turned out to be a good show. Those are running neck and neck, but I would say as of right now, that one was probably the best one.
Hell yeah, man. Good thing to turn something that you think is going to be negative into a positive for the better.
You have to. You got to make the best of it.
So I noticed, man, you're very energetic and very interactive with the crowd. How important it is to be with the fans versus just standing up on stage and not communicating.
It's just as important as being on social media and interacting with the fans, because the fans the fans make every artist out here that's successful. They wouldn't be successful if it wasn't for the fans. If it wasn't for people buying your stuff, downloading your stuff, coming to your shows, and you know what I'm saying, you're able to get paid what you're asking for. It's all because of the support of the fans. So that's one thing. So I figure in any aspect you need to interact with the fans, whether that's on stage, whether that's walking down the street, whether that's after you get off the stage at the merch table, walking around the venue, and or social media or whatever. So far as being on stage, you have to interact with them, because you know they paid their money to come and see one of their favorite artists who they love, support, and play their music, and you know they send you messages on social media saying your music changed my life. Your music changed my life, or I didn't feel like going to work today, but I listened to your music and it uplifted me, or whatever, man. You got to interact with them, and you see I jump down off the stage at times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You jump right in, and you know you put your arms around people. You weren't afraid to give them dabs.
No, not at all, man.
Not at all.
I don't need, you know, security. I know at some point when you get to a certain stage where it gets real big, you need security there. Not, you know, for mostly crowd control, so don't nobody do anything stupid and don't get too out of hand. But for the most part, I ain't never believed in needing security to protect me, because I don't give off that aura of that I need protection. You know what I'm saying? I'm a down-to-earth dude. I'll talk to anybody. I'll sit at the bar with you and drink a shot, let you buy me a beer, might buy you something, smoke a cigarette with you and just chop it up, man. I'm just that type of guy and always have been. So I think it's very important that you have interaction with the fans. It makes them feel a little bit closer to you. Not only are they feeling like they're getting to know you through your music, but now you're jumping off the stage, or you're shaking hands, you're looking them in their eyes, you're energetic, you're feeding off their energy, they feeding off yours, they're singing your words. It's just a unified front, man. That's just so positive and makes so much more better sense to be like.
Yeah, man, it must be an incredible feeling having people shout your lyrics back at you and chant your name. You know, that must be really powerful.
It is, man, because I still, at this point in time, even after being with Strange for the past 17 years, man, I still don't consider myself a celebrity or famous. And I think that's a good thing. Some people would be like, you know, why not? Because I just feel like this is what I love to do, and it's just my job, and I love it. And so I just feel like, man, you know, for all the guys, I go in the store, stand up, take a piss just like you do. You know what I'm saying? I eat sausage, eggs, hash browns for breakfast like everybody else. I eat cereal. I eat Captain Crunch, Cheerios, whatever. I go to the gym and work out. I do everything that everybody else do, so I don't put myself above anybody, nor that I think I'm better than anybody. My job just puts me on a plateau to where a mass amount of people know who I am, versus just the average kid living in his hometown, and the people in that town may know him, or the friends or family members that they may have. You know, I'm able to travel, and my music is able to allow me to travel from the support of the fans to put on shows for all these people. So, you know, I ain't never looked at myself as famous, better than anybody, or a celebrity, and I think that's what helps me out a whole lot in this, man. You know, every time I go into writing an album or EP or whatever I'm writing, I always go at it as it's my first time, and everything feels brand new. And I feel like, you know, if you ain't better than your last project and you're getting worse, then you're going backwards. And I just want to keep progressing and going forward. And all of that stuff plays a part in my attitude, my character, and how I am in my daily life. The same way I am with the fans that I'm with you right now. I'm with in the privacy of my home with my wife and my kids.
Wow,
you know
that's being real, man.
So I'm
down to earth, dude. Wow.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man.
So on June 3rd, you're gonna be dropping a single with the Jokerr. Can we talk about that and how?
Yes, we need to.
Yeah, for real. I mean, it blew my mind.
Especially for a lot of the Juggalo fans and the Tech 9 fans, you know, that have heard Jokerr, you know what I'm saying, go at Tech after an incident that happened, and, you know, Jokerr was bothered by it, and he wanted to express his opinion about it. You know, he then later reached out to me and said that it was all fucked up. He shouldn't have done it. Like, he started maturing and grew up and was like, that was a fucked up way going about it. He made Dead Horse. Maybe some people heard it, maybe some people didn't.
It was like an apology to like him and Hobson.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. I can appreciate that, because it takes a man to step up and apologize. You know what I'm saying, publicly or whatever. It takes a real man to do that, man. You know, people want to put on this front, this tough guy shit, like I apologize for shit, or they don't want nobody to think that they weak or they lame or whatever. It takes a real man to apologize if you feel like you was wrong. And even sometimes when you weren't wrong, it takes a man to apologize, because what he did, he felt justified for it, because he got treated horribly after he drove so long.
Yeah, and he drove pretty far.
Yeah, and for him to get treated that way and him to make a song about it, he was justified in doing that. But for whatever reason, that man felt like he did it the wrong way, and he wanted to apologize for it. So that takes a real man. So I give you accolades for that, Joker. Much love for that. So
yeah, man, props.
Definitely props for that. So he's past that, man. He since then told me that, you know what I'm saying, if I could, want me to try to connect him verbally, you know what I'm saying, on the phone with Tech, to even further confirm the apology, because he don't know if Tech heard it or not. You know what I'm saying? He just knows that he put it out, and he don't know if Tech heard it or not. So I told him I'll try to make that happen. But aside from that, man, he's on a different level. He kind of like me and him on the same levels. Like, all the bullshit, we done with that, man. We grown men. Let's make some good music, make some positive shit, along with giving people what they love to hear from us. And he came through for this fucking song, Alive. And a lot of people don't know, he mastered the song, the On My Own song. It was already done, and when I sent it to him, and it came back 100 times better. He's a great artist. He can sing, he can rap, he can produce, he can engineer. He got a lot of skills, man. And he mastered the On My Own track, and he also mastered the King Kutt track I just released.
Oh,
and
shit. That's awesome.
He mastered this and laid the hook on the Alive track, man. And it's such a powerful song. It's you know, when people heard On My Own, it was like, it's so uplifting, and it was like a positive, uplifting type of message in it. Well, Alive is that times 3. You know what I'm saying? And he really laced it, and people was on social media like, cutting the Joker, oh shit, can't wait to hear this. Who you guys dissing? Because that's the jacket that the Joker used to carry.
Yeah.
So
they thought it was
I'm letting them know, like, nah, it's not like that, man. We on some different shit. You know what I'm saying? And the Joker appreciated that I'm, you know what I'm saying, that I'm going to bat for him, because, you know, he knows that he got that jacket. And a lot of people, you know, especially the diehards, of like, fuck that. You talked about Tech and fuck you, man. It ain't even about that. When you guys hear the song, it's a great song. I urge everybody to download it, get it on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, whatever have you. It's a great song, man. And he really gave me a jewel with the hook and the mixing and mastering he did on this. It's gonna be a beautiful song.
Yeah, man. Can we talk about the subject matter a little bit, if it's too soon?
Yeah. Alive. I'll give you a sample of. I'll say like the first 4 bars of each verse. I got 3 verses, and so the first verse goes, feels like I'm fresh about that wound again, fresh breath of air for the first time, everything looks brand new again, like I never felt pain and I never felt stress, don't know what it's like to suffer, back for the first time in this black gold, reconstructing my reconstruction. And I thank the Lord for a second chance he gave me to advance on the record. The old me is dead and I buried the hatchet with niggas around me, not giving respect when they know that I would go prime time. Got them all through that limelight, but that pride wouldn't let truth prevail, so I put them all to my hindsight. Didn't kill me, just made me stronger, more aware of where I belong, to a dream team with no eyes in it. My mild visions is finally focused about my business. Got my head in this game so I can see the vultures. Well connected, the missing link to this chain, you shouldn't have never woke up a sleeping giant. And I'll stop there. But the second verse is like
holy shit, man. Yeah.
The second verse is like I've been looking back on my life, somewhat reminiscing on my career, and got taken back on how trife, how what these record labels will do you if you keep eating what they feed to you. Once your stomach stuffed and you full, call that food for thought and you chewed it. Now that's hard to swallow, ain't it? Won't even let you wash it down with a water bottle. Can't it be a better way for you to get it back when you was better off just starving? Made the bed that you lied in, but your lies tied in for 9 years, and you realize that this whole ride is one big lie that you signed in. Damn, make a nigga want to go and grab the semi-automatic and elope the clear and go brap brap. Want to shoot tit for tat to the head and peel back some wigs. Instead you use it as motivation. You feel complacent, your heart is big and your mind is sharp, and your road to riches is most favored. And now can't nobody hope, you know, I'll stop on that. The third verse.
That is sick, man.
A piece of the third verse is could write a book with all of this content about do's and don'ts in this shaky business. We fall victim to the small print, not knowing you signing your life away. So you need to make sure that you got a lawyer handle to spot the gray areas to make sure of what your deal solid, your points is on point. You're publishing, it all comes to you with an exit clause. If they don't provide what you need, that it's not the best to move. The smell of weakness got labels reaching out to undereducated MCs, and if you believe them, you'll be the reason you on the shelf and your time is creeping by. Who better? You better make it count. And I'll stop right there. So the song Alive is basically a song of saying where I came from, what I went through, me getting away from it, starting out, and also educating people to not possibly get involved into a situation to where they'll be locked into something that they can't get out of for a while. So it's not only an inspirational, uplifting song about my personal travels and journeys, it's also a message to educate these kids to like make sure you're on top of your business too, because a lot of people just think, hey man, I'm a rapper, I want to rap, I'm a rapper and I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna have fun. This is why this is called show business. You know what I'm saying? Your show is when you up there performing your music, but the business part is 90% of all of this, man. So you got to make sure you take care of your business. And what I'm doing is not only telling my story and telling the positive journey that I've prevailed through and now I'm doing. Also, if you want to do this is what you need to make sure happens. You need to make sure all your ducks are lined up in a row, man. You need to dot your I's and cross your T's and have your business together so that you can be successful out here, because the music industry is a shady business, man. And if you're not educated, no one's going to tell you this is what you need to do. You need to get your publishing right. You need to make sure you got your points right, your credits right. You need to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you got you a publishing company. You need to make sure that your name is copywritten. You need to make sure it is. No one's going to tell you that. And if you don't ask no questions, you won't get no answers. And so I'm just trying to educate people, at the same time uplift them and let them know that this is a positive thing. And I'm coming from a place where it felt negative, but I turned it into a positive situation. And if I can do it, anybody can do it.
That's a really, really deep answer, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
It's a really deep song. It was deep, man.
How soon will the music video drop? Any plans?
I'm supposed to have the music video recorded in this like a week or two after I did King Kutt, but something came up because the person that's going to do it is the Jokerr.
Oh no,
he's going to do the video, man. He's done great videos, so he's going to do it. But me and him talked. After this tour is over, we're going to revisit it and go back and do it. Some things came up on his end to where he had to set this aside because there was some stuff that was going on for his career for the better that was coming up or whatever. So we had to kind of put this on the back burner, but at the same time we knew we had a jewel, so we still gonna drop the song to get the song out there because it's such a great song. You know, I definitely couldn't have led with this and then brought King Kutt out. King Kutt was more of a posse cut, lyrical MC / old school type of feel. This Alive track is one of them tracks, man, that you can hear in one of the best movies out here playing. You know, the positivity in it, man. It's one of those movies to where it's definitely a big song. And so we're gonna drop it June 3rd. I'm gonna drop it Black Gold was when I say we drop it June 3rd, and you know, get the reaction from the fans and hopefully gain some new fans, man. I'm gonna shop this around to you know, movies,
dude, it's
and licensing companies and all of that shit, man. and it's a different sound for me too, man. It's like I'm just opening up, brother. It's like I was in a box, man. I was in Pandora's box, man, and I broke out. And it's like it's so much more blossoming and going on for me now. And I feel so free, and just, man, it's a great song. It's a big song, and so we're gonna revisit the whole shooting a video for it, which hopefully would make it even more bigger, because the song itself is a jewel, and so being able to shoot the video, I think that it just amplified more.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
It's gonna like shake up the underground for sure. Yeah. It's gonna be something that no one really expects.
And I'm gonna send it to you guys, man, too, man, so you guys can go ahead and pump it out there. It's a dope song.
I would like to premiere, to be honest with you.
It's a dope song. It's a dope song, man.
So how soon? Because I know the Kutt Moose EP is still pretty new. It's still pretty fresh out there. But when are you gonna make the next full length? Because I know you're busy in the studio.
Well, what people don't know is that I already got like 12 to 13 beats already for the new LP, and I'm actually going to be having to write some of it while I'm out here on the road, and it's going to be so dope. This new full-length album, which I can't release the name just yet. I might be releasing it before this tour is over, but I can't release it as of right now. This new album is going to be the most personal, the most vulnerable, the most open book, should I say, type of album I've ever had. I've done a song here and there that let people in on my life, personal life a little bit more, but this whole album is every song is gonna be personal and have something to do with my personal life that a lot of people don't know about. And I'm gonna be touching on subjects, man, that people are gonna be like, what the fuck? He talked about that. Whoa. And it's not nothing that I'm just speaking on because I wanna say it and so people can say, yeah, I know what he's talking about. It's shit that's personal, that happened in my life, that people all over the world are going to be able to relate to. So it's going to be we're going to spend some money on marketing this, because the content and the subject matter that's going to be involved in this album, man, it's going to be so personal and touching that it's going to be one of them ones, and it's going to drop third quarter, and you know third quarter is anywhere between September and October.
Yeah, around the fall season.
Yeah, so that's when it's gonna drop, man. But I'm gonna be writing on it while I'm here. But when I get out for tour July 16th, I'm gonna be like 100% into it to get it done and turned in by the end of August.
Would you say that this would be your most personal album to date? Because I mean, you already said it's going to be
personal today. I mean, if anything personal that the fans know about is Letter to My Kids. You know what I'm saying? That was personal. That's My Kid that I did with Tech and Big Crit. You know what I'm saying? I did Triumph. That was quite personal. The song Triumph, kind of speaking on shit that happened with my mom and while I was little, kind of giving you bits and pieces or whatever. But this full-length album, every song is gonna be like a version of a Letter to My Kids or a Triumph type of thing, because it's all personal stuff that happened with me from a kid to adolescence to an adult to even now in the present. You know what I'm saying? All the way up until me being married with my wife, and all kinds of shit is going to be in there. It's going to be the most open I've ever been, man. I ain't never really been too vulnerable and open, because I always thought like, man, they don't need to know too much about me. Like, that's too personal.
They're going to put that through their day-to-day life.
I think I'm going to be one of the first artists that I know about, because I haven't heard anyone in the mainstream, whether it's an R&B singer or hip-hop artist, talk about some of the stuff I'm going to talk about, man. And so it's going to be definitely my best album to date. And I'm saying that early ahead of time, just based off of me knowing what I'm going to talk about and the music and the beats that I chose and the titles and what the album is going to be. Man, it's going to be my best work. So I just hope everybody feels the same way.
Well, you got me pumped up, man.
Yeah.
The underground's got me pumped up for sure.
Yeah.
And you know, what I like about you too is you're not afraid to get into a little bit of that cold feet hop, you know, with the politicalness out there. I heard that song of you speaking about police brutality.
Yeah.
You know, there's been a lot of crazy shit going on with the police, and what kind of reaction did you get back from the community when you put that up?
People was loving it. I didn't get no negative stuff. The only negative stuff I was getting is people that that was concerned about me saying black, 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 black. And really, you know, that was what was in my heart, because what they show and what they show on social media and what you see on all the news things were black. So I was actually just speaking on what I was seeing and what was going on. But it wasn't like I'm just black power and fuck everything else. All lives matter, and I said that on social media. But also the basis of that song, Hands Up, what was the world was watching. I was speaking on what everybody was seeing on any CNN or any news channel in their home, or, you know, wherever they're at. I was speaking on that, and it hit real personal with me, because people want to talk about how much dope they selling and how much money they got in jewelry and how much they spending at the strip clubs and how many bitches they fucking, but don't nobody want to talk about what's actually happening. People are dying. Now, granted, some people, whether it's blacks or any other race, are bringing it on themselves when they're drawing weapons and the cops is telling them to put shit down. The cops got to do what they got to do. Grant, that's happening, but nobody's actually talking about what's really going on. And I get it. Sometimes people don't want to hear that, but I feel like I was talking about what everybody is thinking, but I was just the voice for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because these mainstream rappers and a lot of other rappers ain't really talking about it. So me talking about it is basically like shit. That's why I said voice for the people with no voice, for the people in position. So you know I'm with it. Like, meaning I'm the voice for the people who's thinking about it that don't got a voice. And so I'm going to be the voice because I'm the person that's in the position and on a plateau to get it out there and say what everybody else is thinking. And so I'm going to be the one that's going to say it. And you know what I'm saying? And like, you ain't got to co-sign with it. You know, I just made it public so you know I did it. Meaning, you ain't gotta, you know, sometimes people are scared to speak out the truth because they don't want no repercussions. They don't want no problems. They don't want no trouble. I'm like, fuck that, man. You know, I'm not scared to exercise my First Amendment. I'm not scared at all, and people shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Right is right, and sometimes right can be kind of scary or whatever, but I'm not sitting here doing this to cause an uproar or to cause an uprising or trying to get people to riot, man. I'm just trying to put that little bit of awareness out there to people, that so they can know that, hey, it's still somebody out here that's concerned about what's going on and ain't scared to speak about it.
Yeah, that's a powerful song, man. You definitely can open up eyes with that one, man.
Yeah.
It's like you went to like Public Enemy, Flavor Flav, Chuck D style, dude, or NWA.
Yeah, and I could have wrote anything on that beat because that beat's hard, man, but that's the first thing that came to my heart and my mind, and that's what I wrote. You know what I'm saying? I could have easily rapped about some hood shit, some street shit, but I felt like this held precedence over all of that stuff, and so that's what I was going to write. That's what I did. Definitely, and you know, it's going to be more songs like that too. You know, as shit keeps going on, like that song came out last year. I wrote that last year, man, and shit's still happening. So it's like, shit, obviously it's some type of truth to what I'm talking about because it's still going on.
You know, if we can get into this a little bit, because if you want to talk about it, what's your opinion on this political presidential election thing going on? Is it pretty scary to you, or what's your opinion on this?
I don't think it's scary because I'm a little bit more aware of like the underlying things that's going on when it comes to politics. I'm a strong believer. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. A lot of people like to throw that title on it when it seems too truthful to be the truth. People want to just dismiss it and go, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist," because
wait a minute.
That's because people don't want to hear it. America. You see it in movies, they depict it as well. They'll say, America, people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear a lie. They don't want to hear the truth because they can't handle the truth. If the government told everybody, we over here robbing or killing these people over in these countries because we're stealing oil and we want control of everything, that's the real reason we doing that. People would be scared of the government. Like, if they can do that to them, what can they do with us? So they rather hear them say, hey, this country is threatening us, and so we had to kind of go in and take control over the situation because we want it to be peace over there as well as here and have it be a free world. You know what I'm saying? And so it doesn't bother me when, you know what I'm saying, when it gets too deep into this shit, because I'm a firm believer that there's shades of gray out there. They put on the news and in the newspapers what they want you to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's really some other shit going on, but they put this in your face to keep you tuned into this. It's a distraction. And where I'm from, it's called the Kansas City Shuffle. And so the Kansas City Shuffle means we're gonna go, hey, and you're gonna turn this way, and some shit's going on that you're gonna miss over here. And so I already kind of know what it is, so the shit doesn't bother me, man. I don't feed into it or whatever. I know what the real scoop is, but, you know, I don't, like I said, I don't want to be that guy that's trying to get too deep, but I'm going to put it out there here and there or whatever, but it doesn't affect me. I make sure that I know, and my household and my family members know, so we're all on one accord, because when shit does hit the fan, man, it's going to hit the fans at some time. We just need to be mentally prepared, man. As far as the presidential candidacy, I think that Donald Trump, he's a decoy. He's to get everybody riled up and wondering like, what the fuck? He can't be the president because he's a racist. He said this, he did that. He's just a crazy asshole. You know what I'm saying? And he's entertainment as well. So he's that poster child to stick out there in front of everybody while some other shit is going on. Donald Trump is not going to become president. I don't even know if it's going to be Hillary Clinton, but I just think that he's that decoy to put out there while some other shit is going on, man, because it's deeper than just being a president.
Yeah, because the media seems to put him on television a lot because they want those hits on their channels.
Yeah, it's all about ratings too, but like I said, they just throw that shit out there as a decoy. It's a smoke and mirror, you know what I'm saying? And so what I think about it, I think that Donald Trump is never going to be president, and whoever becomes president is going to be president, but still, you know, I can get deeper and deeper, man. The president, even the president doesn't run the world. I'll just say that. Yeah, even the president doesn't run the world. I'll just leave it at that. So that's where I'm at on it.
Okay, and then for the final question, what do you like about the Juggalo culture as a whole? What's your favorite thing?
The Juggalo culture, I tell you what, if every artist, whether you mainstream or underground, if every artist had a fan base like the Juggalo fan base, man, I think that more artists would be like how I am and how Strange Music is with the fans, because they are the most dedicated fan base in the world that I know about. Juggalos are the only fans, the only kids, grown-ups, whatever, I know that a show doors will open up at 7 and they will be at the venue at 2 and 3 o'clock, hanging out, waiting in their cars or waiting in line, kicking and drinking, and they go come in, support, and they go buy merch, and they go sing your shit, and they go be dedicated fans, man. So I love the Juggalos, man. A big whoop whoop to all the Juggalos, man. I love the Juggalo fans, man. It's, you know, they're a major part of you know, me still being here today. So I love the Juggalo fan base, man, and I think that all type of fans should be just as dedicated as them, because like I said, you know, we go through a lot. A lot of our pain is entertainment for fans, period. You know what I'm saying? People like to hear about other people's, you know, pain, struggles, hurts, and even the positive things about it. And so people don't understand that we go through a lot. It looks like we have fun, we get money, we do this, we do that, but it's all for the cost of our pain as well. You know what I'm saying? And so if every artist had dedicated fans like the Juggalo fans, man, it would all feel a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people that, you know, they're your fans and they go download some shit for free and not buy it, but say that they your fan, they love
they
you
never
and
even bought merch.
Don't buy merch. None of that, man. So the Juggalo fan base is the most dedicated fan base in the world. And if I could have fucking, you know, a choice of being able to be the most known rapper in the world or having 50,000 dedicated Juggalo fans, I choose the fans. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that they're going to be there for me like I'm going to be there for them, and it's going to be a unified thing, and I will be just fine because I don't need the fame. You can keep the fame. I just want to be able to take care of my family and keep doing music and spitting my heart and giving y'all my all. And as long as I'm doing that and you liking what I'm putting out, we helping each other, and it's a beautiful thing.
And one final bonus question. Can you remember the very first lyrics that you ever wrote? Any time of your childhood.
The very first lyrics that I ever wrote, it was a song called The Nina Kalina. And I don't know if I can remember the whole thing. I remember pieces of it. And this song, this verse got me, I would say got me to where I am today, because once I spit it, you know, word got around. You be at school and people doing all that, giving a beat on the table, or and people beatboxing or whatever, and that was my golden verse. You know what I'm saying? And it was like the Nina Kalina, be cleaning it up and be leaving no Aberdeen, a misdemeanor. It's what you be hearing, but witnesses never have seen. A nigga who's calmer. I wipe the sweat from my palm. A nigga that harm you. A nigga who's stronger. Eating up competition as if I was Jeffrey Dahmer, strapped to execute. And I can't remember the rest, but that's how it went, man. And back then, when I was in the 9th grade, that was like, oh shit, this dude Melvin, because my name wasn't even Kutt. Then in the 9th grade, I wasn't Kutt. I was still just Melvin. You know what I'm saying? I'm searching for a name or trying to come up with something, but I was Melvin back then, man. Or they just called me Calhoun, and they was like, man, Calhoun, hey Calhoun, come here, man, spit this verse for them or for them. And that rhyme helped me out all through high school, man. You know what I'm saying? And so that was one of the first rhymes, man. The Nina Kalina. You know,
9th grade.
9th grade.
Freshman.
I was 14 and shit, man. The Nina Kalina. So yeah.
Well, thank you for the history lesson, man.
Thank you for the opportunity, brother. I appreciate it, man. Shout out Faygoluvers. Much love.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
All day, your boy Kutt Calhoun, Black Gold Entertainment, y'all. Thanks for the support. Hit me up on all my socials. Follow me on therealkuttcalhoun.com. That's my website. Follow me on Facebook, y'all. YouTube is Kutt Calhoun Black Gold. Please subscribe to the channel and leave your comments on the videos, y'all. I'm gonna keep giving y'all content, and y'all keep showing the support. I'm gonna keep giving y'all what y'all love, man. Much love to all of y'all.
Keep a lookout for that song with the Jokerr. It's gonna kick the underground.
June 3rd, Alive will be the world premiere. For real.